All right, this last video, this first part is pretty self-explanatory, where you have a table and you're just getting some answers from it. So first of all, it says let k be the function represented above, and it just gives you the table. Does not give you a function to substitute into. Ask you to evaluate k at -2. Well, when k is a -2, then the answer is -9. K at -2 is -9. K at 1 is 1, and k at 4 is -2. Right? Again, k at -2 is 9. K at 1 is 1, and k at 4 is -2. Straight from the table. All right, now this is what's called a piecewise function, otherwise known as a Frankenstein function. This is made up of a line segment, a semicircle whose radius happens to be 2, another line segment, and another line segment. Now, this is the actual algebraic explanation of the piecewise function. Notice from -5 to -3, you have a line with a negative slope. Well, let's go back. From -5 to -3, you have a negative slope. All right? This is a semicircle from -3 to 1. Okay? From -3 to 1, you have a semicircle. Then you have a slope of 1, a positive slope between 1 and 3, and a -1 slope between 3 and 5. As you can see, positive slope of 1, negative slope of 1. So now, here are your questions. Use the piecewise function to find of m to compute the following values exactly. All right, m at -4. Well, let's back up. -4 falls right in this area between -5 and -3. So we're going to substitute -4 in for this x right here. So let me get my calculator, and I'm going to sub it in. So -4 and the answer is 1.5. Right, next, m at 0. Well, 0 falls, hang on, let me clear this up, please, I'm sorry. You would think that we could clear this up. All right, 0 falls, I guess I could get a different color. 0 falls here between -3 and 1. So I'm going to be putting 0 in for x right here. Well, 0 plus 1 is 1. 1 squared is 1. 4 minus 1 is 3. So the answer is the negative square root of 3. Negative square root of 3. All right. M at 2.3. Well, 2.3, let me get a different color. 2.3 falls here. So I'm going to put 2.3 in for x here. So 2.3 minus 1 is 1.3. So the answer is 1.3. Then last but not least, pi. Pi is approximately 3.4 and 3.14. And 3.14 is going to fall here. So negative 3.14 plus 5. So negative 3.14 plus 5. The answer is 1.86. 1.86. All right. What is the slope of the line segment connected with the points 1, M1 and 3, M3? All right, well, let's go back. M1, M3. Well, M1 goes right here. M1 goes in the blue. So if you put 1 in, 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 squared is 4. 4 minus 4 is 0, so that'd be the square root of 0. So that's 1, 0. That's the first ordered pair. 1, 0. And now 3. Put in 3. M3. 3 is in green. 3 minus 1 is 2. So now we have an ordered pair 1, 0, and 3, 2. 1, 0, and 3, 2. So 0 minus 2 is negative 2. 1 minus 3 is negative 2. Negative 2 divided by negative 2 is 1. Okay? Now it says find an equation in point-slope form of the line with a slope of 1 that passes through the point 2, 1. Well, let me see if I can write this. So let's do, I'm going to be writing over this, so hopefully you can follow me. Y minus 1, and that's this one right here, is equal to the slope, which is 1, times x minus 2. So y minus 1 equals x minus 2. Y is equal to x minus 1. That's your answer. That's the equation. And it says, how does the result in the above equation relate to the piecewise defined formula for M? Well, we go back. Sorry. Notice that you have the point 2, 1. So your x value is 2. So let's go back to where x is 2. When x is 2, that's right here. And what did you get for an answer? X minus 1. Go back. What do you get? X minus 1. They're the same. Find an equation of a circle with radius 2 and the center at the point negative 1, 0. All right. Well, that would be x minus negative 1, so that's plus 1, squared is equal to, because there is no y is 0, so that's going to be, plus y squared is equal to the radius squared, which is 4. So now let's solve for y. Y is equal to the square root of 4 is already there, minus x plus 1 squared. Okay, and it's going to be plus minus. Plus for the top part of the graph, negative for the minus part of the graph. How is the result in question 8 related to the piecewise formula for M? Well, let's go back and look. This is where you're falling, and look at your graph. And the reason it's negative is because you have the bottom part of your graph. Sorry. What is the domain of M? Justify your answer. Okay, well, let's go back. M is the whole function. Well, where does M start? Starts at negative 5. Let me get a different color. Starts at negative 5 and goes up to 5. That is your domain. Is 4 in the range of M? Well, let's look back at the graph. Is 4 in the range? Here's 4, right up here. Is that anywhere on the graph? And the answer is no. Therefore, 4 is not in the range at all.